You want a deck that can beat anything in the game. You want one-shot potential, you want something that's consistent, you want something that just does it all, and today we might have something that checks those boxes. Hey everybody, Nick from 9card TCG, and today we're going to be looking at a deck list that was created by Michael Catrone. I reached out to Michael on Twitter to ask if it was okay if I use this deck in a video. He gave the green light, and we're going to be, checking out this very, very interesting list that I am super excited to get just bodied with. Links to the original tweet for Michael are in the video description, so if you want to go check out some other cool stuff that he cooks up, I encourage you to go do so. But before we get into the actual video, if you haven't already, do me a favor, hit the like button, leave hit the subscribe button and leave a like. Those things tell YouTube this is a good channel, other people should watch it. There's other links for Dragon Shield and my Discord and Twitch and all that kind of stuff. I spent the past, I spent hours revamping my Twitch so that the alert boxes, the badges, the viewer points and all that kind of stuff is new and better, and I hope that you come and join me on any live streams that I do on Twitch. So cool, thank you very much, I hope you enjoy them, and let's get into today's video. We'll head over to PTCGO where we can check out this deck. So here we go, we have a very interesting mustard Beedrill Rapid Strike Urshifu box type thing. So we're going to kind of take this one step at a time. We have Rapid Strike Urshifu. Now we don't have to use the VMAX. We can very well use the V, hit with strafe, do 30 damage, and then retreat to something into the bench, which is a good way to kind of preserve our Urshifu, force our opponent to use their resources to get it into the active. 100 Furious Blows can knock out an Arceus V-Star without having to give up 3 prizes later, because weakness to fighting, you're going to be hitting for 300, so something we can do. We can also use the VMAX to hit Gale Thrust. If we go into the active this turn, it does 120 more damage, so instead of the 30 you can do 150 for just a basic fighting energy. Gmax Rapid Flow, discard all energies attached to the Pokemon, do 120 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon, any 2 you want. Really, really cool. What's interesting is not a ton of decks are running Manaphy at the moment, which has the Wave Veil ability, which prevents all damage done to your benched Pokemon. Now it is worth noting, damage counters and doing damage are not the same. Quick Shooting Empoleon places 2 damage counters. Gmax Rapid Flow, for example, does 120 damage. Placing damage counters is not protected by Manaphy. So if Manaphy is applied, you can place damage counters, you can't deal damage. The end result is the same. Your opponent's Pokemon is taking, or your Pokemon, whatever, are taking damage, but the wording makes it very important. We have Beedrill, Single Strike Beedrill with the Persist Sting attack. If your opponent's active Pokemon has any special energy attached to it, it's knocked out. And this is really cool because randomly Arceus decks play Capture Energy, they play Double Turbo Energy, some Palkia decks play Capture Energy, so if that comes into play, you just slap down this Beedrill, hit them with Persisting, they get auto KO'd, and then they come back KO you for just 1 prize. We also have Jet Spear, which does 110 damage, which is really cool because grass weak dark types are somewhat common. Moltres has V, and the baby Moltres, Darkrai, things like that. We can easily take one-shots with Jet Spear, which will hit them for 220. Raikou is another way we can one-shot Palkia V-Stars. They want to fill up their bench, so we can put a few Pokemon on ours and hit with Lightning Rondo, which does 20 damage plus 20 more damage for each benched Pokemon in play, yours and your opponent's. It also has a really good ability, Fleet-Footed, that just lets us draw a card, and in a deck like this, we definitely want to be able to do that. We have 4 Mysterious Tail Mews. This is our main turbo, kind of like find what we need engine. Once during our turn, when this Pokemon's in the active spot, we can look at the top 6 cards and find an item card there, put it into our hand, shuffle the rest back into the deck, and we just kind of rotate through these with like scoop up nets and whatever so that we can find items we need to make the plays happen. We also have Empoleon here, Emperor's Eyes ability. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, your opponent's basic Pokemon have no abilities except for Pokemon with a rule box. So this will not stop something like Genesect it will stop Miltank, for example. And then we have Swirl and Slice for a water 2 colors, 130 damage, move and energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. It is a requirement, you must do that. It is worth noting that both Empoleon and Rapid Strike Urshifu are, well, Rapid Strike Pokemon. So you can technically move Rapid Strike energy from Empoleon to Urshifu. You can move whatever energy is attached. It does not say basic, it says move and energy. Lumineon lets us find, when we play this card from our hand to the bench, any supporter card we want, really good for making mustard play happen. And then we have Radiant Greninja, discard an energy card from our hand to use the concealed card's ability and then draw 2 cards. So there we go, those are the Pokemon. We have a plethora, we have a rainbow energy situation going on. 3 Rapid Strike, a fighting, some grass, electric, and water energies. So a lot of different energies that we can find, and we can search them out of the deck specifically with our Energy Search if I can find it. There we go, Energy Search. Search your deck for a basic energy. It's that simple. Historian Heavy Ball lets us get a basic Pokemon out of the prizes. We have literally a single evolution Pokemon. So, I mean, and I guess technically the Beedrills are evolution Pokemon. Speaking of Beedrills, how do we get this Beedrill into play if we don't have Weedle and Kakuna? And the answer is Single Strike Mustard. You can only play this card when it's the last card in your hand, but if you do get to play it, search your deck for a Single Strike Pokemon and put it onto your bench, then draw 5 cards. So it's worth getting that Beedrill out. Technically, you don't even have to get the Beedrill in play. So if both of your Beedrills are prized or in the discard pile or something like that, you don't have to get a Beedrill. You could just search your deck and then you can draw, after you're done searching, you draw 5 cards. So you need this to be the last card in your hand, and you need an open bench spot. Those are the 2 requirements to play Mustard. We also have 3 copies of Raihan. Seems like a lot, but Pokemon are going to get one-shot very easily. You one-shot a Raikou, they're going to come back and one-shot you. So we need to have energies in the discard pile or ways to accelerate energies, since we don't have really any good way of doing that. We don't have Arceus, we don't have like Dark Patch or any Star Portal, any way of accelerating energy. So Raihan is one of our energy accelerators. We have 2 Raikous in deck. We play 1 and get energies onto it. We take a one-shot. Our opponent comes back and counters. Well, then we have a second Raikou that we just go ahead and put down Raihan to it, search our deck for any card we want, and then take another one-shot. And that's just kind of how we do things. Then we can Gmax Rapid Flow for like 2 Sobbles or 2 Drizzles or something to close out the game. We don't have to go through a third Palkia. That's like ideal, but whatever. We can only play this card if one of our Pokemon was knocked out during our opponent's last turn. If you do, attach a basic energy from your discard to one of your Pokemon and then search your deck for any card you want. Our last supporter is just a single copy of Boss. Not really much to say about that. And then the trainers are really search cards. Pokegear, search for supporters. Heavy Ball, search for prizes for a basic Pokemon. Energy Search, search for a basic energy. Quick Ball, Ultra Ball, search for Pokemon. Scoop Up Net lets us move Pokemon, pull Pokemon from the bench or the active spot back into the hand. Switch, Training Court, Pal Pad. I mean, there's just so much in this deck. I feel like I've been talking forever about it. So I think the best way to show it off is to just go and play it. Alright, going into game number 1. One of the cards I forgot to mention is actually Lucky Egg, which is a really good tool for decks where Pokemon like ours are going to get knocked out easily. So they get knocked out. I don't know if we want to go first. I'm going to say yes. We'll try, see what happens. Maybe if it doesn't go well, we'll go second next game. And we're just going to go ahead. I guess we're going to start the... I guess we'll start the Raikou. Playing an Arceus deck. We definitely want a Fleet-Footed, right? First things first. Fleet-Foot, draw a card. But Lucky Egg is a very nice card for us. I guess we can get a supporter. Doesn't really help us a ton right now. And we'll see what's in the prizes. So we have 1 Lucky Egg, a Raihan, our only fighting energy, and a Rapid Strike energy. It's not great prizing, depending on what we're trying to play here. We don't want to give them in the training court just yet, so this isn't a very good hand. We don't have a ton that we can do. Maybe it would have been smarter to start the Manaphy and set up... Oh, they're gonna Marnie us. Okay. I'm perfectly okay with that. But I was saying about Lucky Egg, though. When it's attached to a Pokemon, if that Pokemon gets knocked out by damage from your opponent's attack, you draw until you have 7 cards in your hand. And they... okay. Let's try another game where maybe our opponent doesn't concede immediately. They had to have whiffed Energy and like Pokemon somehow. We're going to go heads this time, because Tails never fails until it does. And yes, we're going to try again and go first. See if maybe we can we get a mulligan. Alright. This wasn't a great hand, having like all this Pokemon Search and stadiums. So it would have been nice to have some other stuff. This is what I'm talking about. This isn't bad. I'm alright with this. Because at least we get Energy Searched. We get the Mew where we can start doing stuff. And we're playing a Palkia. Alright. Let's Mysterious Tail first. We got a Pal Pad. We don't really need that. I think we have to bench a Pokemon. And I do not want this to sit in the active. So I kind of just have to pass. This is not exactly what we want to see here. But they're not going to be able to really attack. I mean, I guess... yeah, they're not going to be able to attack. The most they can get is 2 energies on. So maybe, knowing that, I should have Scoop Up Net and used Fleet-Footed. That might not have been a bad plan. But... oh, they're just going to go straight for it. I mean, depending on how we do here, we get a Pokegear. That's pretty nice. We get a Raihan. I mean, those are really the only supporters we have, are Raihan and Mustard. We get an Ultra Ball. That's really good. Oh, Energy Search is actually kind of better. I think we need to get the Energy Search so that we can start attacking. And then we can Fleet-Foot. So we'll get a random Grass Energy. We prized like 2 Grass Energies. That's interesting, I suppose. We'll Scoop Up Net. We'll re-bench Fleet-Foot. Maybe if we could draw a Quick Ball, Ultra Ball, that would be great. No, we're getting all of our supporters. My goodness. And we're not going to hit for much. We're going to hit for like 80 damage. We could have straight up won if we were able to find a couple of basic Pokemon, but we are drawing into all of our supporters pretty much, which is, you know, and they, okay. All right, that's 2 concessions. Going into our last game, let's see how this does when our opponents don't immediately concede. Let's see if we can get some stuff going. We're going to go Tails. We win. We are 3-4-3. We want to go first, I guess. Just try to find some items. We're starting Urshifu. It's not what we want to see when we're starting, especially with no energies. We have a couple of Raihans, so playing Ice Rider. That's all right. I guess we'll get rid of one of the Raihans. They're not attacking this turn anyway. I really don't know what to get. I guess we'll get a Lumineon. And we'll get a Mustard for next time. Hopefully we can try to find like an Ultra Ball or a Quick Ball or something. Get rid of this Raihan, play the rest of the stuff. And they can hit for Pierce, do 40 damage. They'll find their Sobbles. Lumineon was probably the wrong choice. What I probably should have done was get a Greninja, Quick Ball away the Water Energy, play the Training Court, get it back attached to Urshifu. That would have been the smart thing to do. But now, I'm just stuck. And now we just lose, because I made that mistake. That's the thing about these kind of like especially Rapids like Urshifu decks, but ones that are so... there's so many pieces to it that you just can't play it wrong. You have to nail every turn. Otherwise, you put yourself in a scenario like this. We're playing Ice Rider Palkia. That's even worse. So they'll Melanie onto the active. Why not? Why not? The odds of them not finding a VMAX are 0% at this point. They might go for a Drizzile first. Nope, just straight to the VMAX, like I expected. They're going to KO this. They might... I don't know if they're going to ride at a High King. I don't think they are. I think they're just going to KO this. They see an opportunity to just run away with this game. I have nothing else. I'll be able to Raihan, I guess. But I have nothing to Raihan to. And I can't Raihan first because I need to attach this energy to something. Oh, God, I hate this. Yeah, I think getting the Greninja would have been the smart thing to do. Discard, draw 2, training court back, attach. But starting Urshifu is just never, ever good with these decks. You never want to start Urshifu. You want to be using your Mews, your Mysterious Tail. So we didn't exactly have a great hand to begin with. Just kind of how it goes. But they're going to Max Lance, KO. Obviously, we're going to send up the Mew. I didn't see a Raikou either. Maybe I just missed it. Maybe I wasn't really looking for it. But maybe we can... let's see. Maybe we can find a Quick Ball, Ultra Ball. We don't. We don't. Why would we? Why would we find anything like that? I guess we'll get a Lucky Egg. We already have a Scoop Up Net. And... sure. Oh, we did another Raikou. Alright, well, I didn't think it was particularly relevant. And... yeah, that's... I mean, they're just going to Drizzile for a boss, KO this Raikou, and then that's game. So, I don't think we were going to win this anyway. Max Lance is a very difficult ability for us, or attack for us to handle. Because they're going to be doing constant one-shots, and we have nothing that can one-shot this Ice Rider. So we minimum have to two-shot it. And they're constantly one-shotting us, and with something like Palkia, they're able to just really, you know, replenish this Ice Rider. They can put 4 energies on this Ice Rider this turn, 5 if they use Melanie. And that's enough to Max Lance virtually 3 times, because they just need 1 more. And there's, I mean, they would never do that, but yeah, we can't one-shot it, so... there's the Melanie. They can go ahead and find a Star Portal, assuming they find their VMAX. I mean, they have a Sobble and a Drizzile in play. What are the odds that they don't have some type of Level Ball, Ultra Ball, Evolution Incense, or just the raw card itself? Heavy Ball does not get them there. You need to get a Sobble, but... how funny would it be if they missed Star Portal? I mean, if they had it, they would have had... they had to have played it. Or they would have... right? Like, if they have it... okay. They had it this whole time. This entire... why... just... please... escape rope. Okay. I should have given him the Mew. They can Scoop Up Net the Empoleon and use a Drizzile. What is happening? I really should have given him the Mew. Then I would have been able to draw 3 cards after getting KO'd with Lucky Egg. And they had the Palkia this whole time? I'm just, this is silly. So there you go, a very, I mean, when the deck works, or if you know how to play it, it can do really well. I made a couple of mistakes this, you know, first time playing the deck, and that's gonna happen. When you don't have much experience with the deck, you're likely to make misplays. So learn from my mistakes. That's, I haven't said this in a while, but one of the reasons that I leave in games where I lose, or leave in games where I make mistakes, is because it's not just me learning. You get to learn too. You have the chance to see what I did wrong, identify that was a mistake, and in doing so, even if you identify the mistake before I make it, or before I tell you it was a mistake, or you see the outcome of it, it's still really good practice. You get to practice your lines and see, okay, that was a mistake because this XYZ happened. That was a mistake for whatever. Or maybe you don't know what's a mistake, and you get to see what happens to me, and now you know, okay, don't do that. And that's kind of why I leave it in. I want you to learn. This is a learning experience for the both of us. We only learn from our losses. If we win every game, you're not really learning anything. You're not really growing. So we have to lose. We have to make these mistakes, which is why I don't get upset about it. I don't care. And I hope you guys learned something. But that is going to do it for us today. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, found it informative. Thank you again to Michael for letting us use this deck in today's video. I really appreciate you. And yeah, that's going to do it. I said that's going to do it for us today. So thanks. You know, subscribe, like, comment, all that kind of stuff. And I'll see you next time, I guess.